Joseph, the son of Jacob, was a young man with a remarkable gift, the ability to interpret dreams. But for now, Joseph finds himself in a precarious situation, stuck in an Egyptian prison, accused of a crime he didn't commit. As we dive into Genesis 40, we see Joseph's remarkable journey unfold, a journey that will take him from the depths of despair to the heights of triumph. But for now, let's focus on the story of the cupbearer and the baker, two men who would change the course of Joseph's life forever. In this chapter, we're introduced to the cupbearer and the baker, two high-ranking officials who, like Joseph, found themselves imprisoned for their alleged crimes. The cupbearer, responsible for serving wine to Pharaoh, and the baker, responsible for baking bread for the royal household, were both thrown into prison, awaiting their fate. As they languished in their cells, they had very vivid dreams, dreams that would spark hope, uncertainty, and ultimately, revelation. As the days went by, the cupbearer and the baker couldn't shake off the vivid images etched in their minds. They were desperate for answers, desperate for someone to help them make sense of these mysterious dreams. And that's when they turned to Joseph, the young Hebrew who had somehow managed to gain a reputation as a skilled interpreter of dreams. The cupbearer and the baker approached Joseph with a mix of trepidation and hope, their eyes fixed on the young man who might just hold the key to unlocking the secrets of their dreams. The atmosphere in the prison was thick with uncertainty, as the cupbearer and the baker recounted their dreams to Joseph. The cupbearer spoke of a vine with 3 branches, laden with grapes, which he promptly squeezed into Pharaoh's cup. The baker told of 3 baskets on his head, filled with all sorts of baked goods, which were suddenly swooped up by birds. As Joseph listened intently, he knew that these dreams were more than just fantasies. They held the key to the very fate of these 2 men. In that moment, Joseph knew that he had to interpret these dreams correctly, not just for the sake of the cupbearer and the baker, but for his own sake as well. He knew that his reputation, his freedom, and perhaps even his life depended on his ability to decipher these mysterious visions. And so, with a deep breath, Joseph began to unravel the mysteries of the cupbearer and the baker's dreams. Joseph's interpretation of the cupbearer's dream was both startling and reassuring. He told the cupbearer that he would be restored to his position, serving wine to Pharaoh once again. The 3 branches, Joseph explained, symbolized the 3 days it would take for the cupbearer to be reinstated. The cupbearer's eyes lit up with hope as Joseph spoke, and for the first time in weeks, he felt a glimmer of optimism. In stark contrast, Joseph's interpretation of the baker's dream was ominous and foreboding. He told the baker that his dream was a warning of impending doom. The 3 baskets, Joseph explained, symbolized the 3 days it would take for the baker to meet his demise. The baker's face fell as Joseph spoke, and the atmosphere in the prison grew heavy with sorrow. Joseph's words hung in the air as the cupbearer and the baker struggled to come to terms with their respective fates. The cupbearer's heart was filled with gratitude, while the baker's heart was filled with dread. As the 2 men parted ways, Joseph couldn't help but feel a mix of emotions: relief that he had been able to interpret the dreams correctly, but also a deep sense of sadness for the baker, whose fate was all but sealed. In the days that followed, the cupbearer was indeed reinstated, serving wine to Pharaoh once again. But as for the baker, his fate was exactly as Joseph had predicted. He was executed, a victim of Pharaoh's wrath. As Joseph watched these events unfold, he couldn't help but wonder about the mysteries of the universe and the role that he played in it. The story of the cupbearer and the baker raises important questions about the nature of fate and divine purpose. Are our lives predetermined, or do we have a say in the cards that we're dealt? As we reflect on Joseph's remarkable journey, we're forced to confront the complexities of the human experience and the role that faith plays in our lives. The story of the cupbearer and the baker is a powerful reminder that our lives are not our own, that there are forces beyond our control that shape our destinies. And yet, in the midst of uncertainty, we find a glimmer of hope. Hope that even in the darkest of times, there is always a way forward. Joseph's story is a testament to that hope, a testament to the power of faith and the human spirit.